Hey, DeRacers. So we realize that we've been doing this for quite a while now. We're coming up on a year, and this is our 50th episode, which we think is a pretty big thing because that's a lot to do. And anyways, we wanted to kick this off with an event race. And so if you've been paying attention recently on the new Stable Assessment Tools 2.0, you will see the Stable Overview page has the upcoming race events, which is now live. And then the other thing about this is going to be a classification race structured around B's through D's horses, hoping to be able to put a lot of horses that have been benched recently back on the tracks and having some fun again.
Yeah, so what we're planning to do here in honor of that 50th episode is we are going to have 9 separate races. There's going to be 3 that are B classification, 3 that are C classification, and 3 that are D classification, because we want all types of horses racing again. Each of those races is going to have a 50 DERC entry fee, again, in honor of the 50th episode. But to incentivize you to get out there and actually spend that DERC, we're also going to include an additional prize of 50 USDC for every single winner of those 9 races. So what we have is 9 separate races. We've got a Dirt 3 B class, a Synth 9 B class, a Turf 12 B class, and then we're going to switch it up, and we have a Dirt 5 C class, a Synth 6 C class, a Turf 9 C class, and then a Dirt 7 D class. So get your donkeys ready for this. A Synth 2 D class and a Turf 15 D class. And the idea here is that we want to allow owners, stable owners, managers to be able to put in 1 horse max per race. So if you want to put a horse into all 9 races, go for it. But they do need to line up with the classifications. We're going to have registration available here for the next week or so, and then hope that by probably next Thursday, something like that, April, I think it's 13th, we're going to try to have all of these races occur on the same day. So we're going to take your registrations. Hopefully you load them up really quick and we're able to confirm your classifications. Your classification confirmation will be based on when you register. So it's first come, first serve for the races, and we will confirm your registration right away and make sure that your horse is actually eligible for that race. So let's actually take a look. Let's take a look at that tool really quick and show people how you can look into what your horses are able to run.
Yeah, now something I wanted just to add there to it. If you're nervous about the idea of a 50 DERC entry fee for a D class horse, and now anything that's lower than that can go in as well. So if you have an X horse, that still can go into a D. If you want to put a D into a C, you can. If you want to put a D into a B, you can. But remember, if you're in a D class, you're only going to be racing with horses at the maximum are a D. So you're not going to be going against champions here. This is the opportunity for horses that have not profited to win something big. A first place take on one of these races is going to pay out something like 80 DERC when you combine the 50 USD on top of the DERC payouts. So every single race is going to pay out around 35% more than what is collected. Now you're going to see over here, we're just having some fun. So each of these races, we've just named them. It's the 3 on the top are the fastest ones. So you got the lightning laps, the hasty hoofbeat, all the way down to like the sloth sprint. And so each of these are just purely for fun. We're going to be learning a lot from here. So as we get qualified people, you will notice that the registration deadline is just going to show you how many people are in. That way, if we get a lot of activity and these things fill really quickly, we'll let you know. So you might as well no longer search because we already got enough people in there. But if you see that there's a couple races that are still slowly filling up, please help us out, populate this thing. We want to give out a lot of prizes here. So just to get a sense too, so if I were to look at the lightning laps, this is a Dirt 3B. So to use the tool, scroll over to the left. I have mine already set to Dirt 3. These are all going to be naked races. And you can see that I only have 1 horse that's qualified for this, and this is the C word. Now, if I wanted to take a look at the next one, so if I want to go to the Turbo Trot, which is a Turf 12B, I could switch this to Turf, go to 12, and I do not have anyone that is qualified at a B. I could choose to put a C into the B class, but I will probably am not going to be considering that. So this is what you're going to want to do. Go through the list, find out which ones you have. If you have horses that are qualified, there is a hyperlink in here on each of these ones. And when you click on it, it's going to take you, I believe, to this page.
Yeah, so what we've done is we've made a really easy registration form. You're just going to quickly start that, load in your Discord handle so that we can get in touch with you for confirmation or verification of other things, especially with prizes at the end. And then you're going to go through here, and we start out loading in the B class horse IDs, and you're only able to do one per turf or sorry, track and distance. So in this case, for that Dirt 3, if you have something that you want to submit, put your horse's ID here and move on down the list. If you don't have anything, just skip it. It's totally fine. This can be empty, and you just hit next and move on to the C class horses and then to the D class horses. And then eventually you're going to submit this. Now, like I said, once we get those submissions, we will verify that classification is actually legit. And then we will put it into a spreadsheet for us to track. Again, first come, first serve. So we're looking for 12 horses here to fill each of these tracks, and then that race will be ready. So that's as simple as it's going to be. It's real easy for us to keep track of these sort of things. And obviously, like Vamp said, it's a test. We're going to be trying out, see what works, what doesn't work. And if you guys have any issues, be sure to hit us up and let us know what's going on.
The two things just to add real quick is when you do put in the Discord name, please copy it on the bottom, include the numbers. It makes it a lot easier for us to find you and reach out to you if we haven't already connected. And then the second thing to know is that these are all going to be invite-only races. So there's no payment that needs to be made in this form. Please only sign up for yourself, and please only sign up if you're going to accept it. We have to do all this stuff manually, so it just adds to our workload. If you're just screwing around, you put in some horses and you don't plan on committing through. Each submission is going to require a 50 DERC entry. It's not 50 DERC and you get into all of them. It is each one that you choose. Just know that that invite-only race is going to require a $50 entry fee.
50 DERC, not $50.
50 DERC,
yeah.
Yes, my mistake.
Yeah, 50 DERC entry, $50 payout if you win. So
yep, bonus.
And yeah, we can't stress this enough. We've been doing this for what, almost a year now, right? Like these events and the larger kind of payouts and prizes and things like that are what we're honestly probably all here for. Like us being on the race page and doing the 1 and 2 and 3 DERC entry fees is fine, but we're all here because we've finally gotten to know our horses, and the classification allows us to run against similar horses, and that should provide for a much more entertaining race day. So we're honestly really looking forward to being able to do this next week and get all of these races done and take a look at what happens when a bunch of D-level horses all have to run against each other. Absolutely. And then we'll adapt from this, guys. This is the first time we're trying this. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it fills up. And then if this is something that is popular or well received, this is just going to start happening.